When you open FreeCAD for the first time, you will see a window similar to what you can see on the screen right now. By default, FreeCAD opens with Start Workbench. In this workbench, you will see recent files that you have used with FreeCAD on the top here. Below that, you will be able to see all of the example files that FreeCAD provides to you for use, or you can tinker with them, you can play with them, or you can see how actually the, for example, FEM calculations of a cantilever beam was conducted in 2-dimensional, in 3-dimensional, or how a part was designed, or you can also see robot example. On the second tab, you can see Help. In this tab, you can see the general documentation that FreeCAD has provided for users, power users, or developers. The entire manual of FreeCAD is also available. Workbench documentations are also available if you have a specific query for the different types of workbenches that you use. Activities is for the recent commits that has happened on GitHub or GitHub, depending on how you say that. Now, FreeCAD, the software itself is pretty straightforward. On the top, you can see standard menu items like File, Edit, View, Tools, Macro, Windows, and Help. In File, you can click on New, and a new file or a new assembly or a new part can be created from there depending on what workbench you use. Open, you will be able to see all the existing files that you have created and you can open them. So FreeCAD comes with all of those standard menu items. The same thing that you can see in File menu, you can also see on the toolbar here. You can see New, Empty Document, you can see Open, Save, Print. Similarly, as you go towards the right, you can see a drop-down menu where you can select what workbench you would like to start modeling or start using FreeCAD in. Below that, you will be able to see the zooming options, the view options, and also below that you will be able to see specific toolbars that are very specific to the workbenches that you use. So let's take an example. If I want to select part, then when I click on Part Workbench, the menu items would change depending on what workbench you use. If you say I want to use Part Design, then again, as I mentioned, the menu items or the toolbars would change. This is a general overview of FreeCAD. By default, Cad Navigation, as you can see on the bottom right hand side, you can see that Cad Navigation style is enabled. What does that mean? Let's first create a new document and let's just go in Part Workbench. I'll quickly add a cube and a cylinder. Now, if you click on the left mouse button, it just means that it will select that object. As you can see, I'm just hovering my mouse over the cube, and when I click on it, that cube is selected. You can see a slight change in the color of the cube. Now, if you press and hold the scroll wheel or the middle mouse button, and then you move your mouse, it will pan the entire screen. So you will be able to pan the object that is in your 3D modeling space. Now, if you want to rotate this view, you need to press simultaneously the middle mouse button and the right button, and then when you move your mouse, that's when you will start rotating the object. The other types of navigation, you can select them by clicking on CAD, and then you can select Revit, Blender, touchpad, gestures, or open cascade. Now in this I'll show you what touchpad navigation means, because most of you or some of you will be doing 3D modeling using your laptop and touchpad. If you don't have access to mouse for some reason, you can still use touchpad to navigate through FreeCAD. So let's see what touchpad navigation has. In touchpad navigation system, you can select the item or an entity by just clicking with the left button on your touchpad. Now you can select several different entities by pressing Control, and then you can select several different entities that way. Now to pan, what you do is you press Shift key on your keyboard and then just simply move or just use your touchpad and move your finger across it, and you will be able to pan the entire object. To rotate this view, click on Alt, and then when you start moving your mouse or your movie on your touchpad, then the entire screen will start rotating. Now to zoom, just use page up and page down. Now you can see that zooming happens where your cursor currently is. So if I keep my cursor at this place and if I press on page up, you can see that it is zooming at that location, and when I press page down, it zooms back to the original setting. Now some of you will be coming from using Blender as your 3D modeling software. FreeCAD has provision for you as well. Click on Blender type of navigation. In this, again, selecting of the entity still happens with the left mouse button, and if you want to select multiple entities, you can press your Control key on the keyboard and then press it. Now if you want to pan the entire screen, press Shift and then press your middle mouse button, and then you will be able to pan the entire object. Now if you want to rotate the entire object, just press your middle mouse button, and then when you move your mouse, you will be able to rotate it. Zooming still happens with using your scroll wheel up and down, and wherever your cursor is, zooming will happen from that instance. So as you can see right now, my cursor is at that point of the intersection of three sides or three faces of the cube, and when I zoom in, it will zoom at that or from that location. So this is three different types of navigation system that are available in FreeCAD. There are several more, which is Open Inventor, Revit, Maya, Gestures or Gestures, and Open Cascade. Now suppose if you are confused what is happening or what key to press when you want to pan or zoom, just hover your mouse over the area or over that bottom screen, and it will tell you, or a pop-up window will come up and it will tell you exactly what buttons need to press to zoom, to select, to rotate, or to pan. Before we go any forward, I would like to introduce you to different workbenches that are available with FreeCAD. Now all the standard workbenches that are available will be seen from this drop-down menu. I have selected and I have added certain other workbenches which are non-standard like A2+, CFD-OF. I have also added fasteners. There are several workbenches that can be added in FreeCAD, and each and every workbench has its own specific use. Now if there is a workbench that you think is in FreeCAD, or you know that it is in FreeCAD but it is not available in this list, to do that or to install it, click on Tools, Add-on Manager, and FreeCAD will show you the list of all the different add-ons that are available or workbenches that are available to be installed for FreeCAD. Now whatever would be installed already, you will see a green tick mark around it or in front of it. So as you can see, I have already installed A2 Plus, I have installed CFD-OF, I have also installed fasteners, parts library, plot. Now say for example you would like to install certain other workbenches, then you can just simply click on them. Like say I would like to add Cad Exchange. I click on it. FreeCAD will show you very simple and the basic information of what the FreeCAD add-on Cad Exchange is. It tells you that it allows to import and export additional CAD file formats. It'll tell you who the author is for this add-on or workbench, and then if you want to install it, you can just press on install/update and you would be able to start using that one after you close FreeCAD, turn it off, and then start again. So that is all about add-ons manager or additional workbenches, how to install them. To use them, we'll see them in future videos.